Bonjour à vous. Merci for letting a German talk English on a French event. I know that this is not the usual, so thank you very much. And I'm here to talk about reinventing linear TV in the area of digital video and CTV. And I would like to open up this with a quote. Where is it?
C'est le vert. Voilà.
Perfect. Merci. With a quote, we aren't in the age of information, we are in an entertainment age. And I think we can all agree to that. Probably most of you already consume content today. Maybe even in this room, even though you shouldn't. Maybe I have as well. And I want to make a confession, and I'm a finance guy, and I want to put some perspective in it. So most of my professional career, I've worked at a broadcaster. And what does that mean in numbers? So let's take a look into the financials here. I've brought in some European perspective. So this are the numbers from the latest IB Ad Exchange study, and they've shown that digital video has been growing by 15% in 2023 and continued to do so in 2024. And to even emphasize the growth of video, with 2024, we basically reached the year where in social, video has taken over as the #1 ad format in terms of revenues from display, finally. And last but not least, if we also talk about the age of entertainment, we need to talk about CTV. So CTV has been growing by 23% in 2023 and continue to do so in Europe. So the question is, does linear TV even have cards to play in here? Because linear TV is not growing. Well, as I said, I'm a numbers guy, so let's take a look into the facts. Yes, it does, because it's the most efficient channel. And the numbers prove that, and there are studies from ADM TV, as well as from the BARB, that tell us that incremental revenue, if you have €1 of incremental revenue, mostly 45% out of that come out of linear TV. And why is that? Because the saturation point of linear TV is the longest. So the more you spend, you're still going to get additional value. And it has a very strong long-term ROI. So long-term branding works, as well as it has a pretty decent short-term ROI, also compared to other short-form videos. Second, it is fraud safe. And if I mean fraud safe, it's 100% brand safe, 100% fraud safe, and it's always big screen quality. So we all have heard about these rumors where CTV apps are having fake ad impressions, where we are not really sure on where is what running. And also where you bought programmatically and actually in the end you just bought in-stream, not CTV. You don't have to worry about these issues when you talk about linear TV. And I think last but not least, because it is relevant, so 80% of broadcasting revenue in the French market will still be linear in 3 to 4 years. I'm not talking about today, actually talking about in 3 to 4 years. So what's actually the issue here? The issue is that linear TV doesn't get the recognition it deserves. And we are also part of the problem. So if we look into us, we are biased. Our media industry is actually biased, and there has been a study that's 2 or 3 years old from the BARB, so the numbers are not recent, but they actually just show the phenomenon. 33% of us consume subscription-based video, and we believe that 31% of the total audience and the total population does that, when actually it's only 17%. So clearly we have an issue that we are biased and that we have kind of like an old school image of linear TV. So why are we where we are at today? Well, simply put, because we're selling linear TV we have done the last 10 to 15 years. And I can make that claim because my shareholder is a big broadcaster in Germany. So what can we do about it? Well, the 2 things we can do. The first thing is we need to prove the impact and the value of linear TV. And not just simply by putting out big studies that prove the value and tell everyone, look at it, here, there's a big study telling you it's great. No, we need to prove outcomes. We are now in a digital world, or in a more digital world, I would say. If you listen to Daniel Knapp, he said that the big 30 biggest spenders, they have changed in the last, I would say, 10 to 15 years. And only a fraction of those from back in the days are still there. So we have new CMOs, we have new brands coming in with new demands. And second, we have to create products for digital buyers that are appealing for digital buyers. So for the first ones, there's, for instance, an initiative in the UK, which is called the Lantern Initiative, where the broadcasters come together to think about how can we actually prove outcomes for linear TV. And for the second, our shareholder, the ProSiebenSat.1 company, came to us and said, "Dear Virtual Minds, help us with that." And we said, what if we would sell linear one-to-many advertising? I'm not talking about TV segmenté, I'm not talking about CTV, with real-time data, with real-time decisioning, programmatically, and start optimizing the advertisement in real time with machine learning AI. Well, what if you just do that? And that's what we started with. So in 2022, we started selling one-to-many linear TV programmatically in the German market. You can also buy the same product IO based on CPM and based on target group, enhanced with real-time data. We used HPV TV data, but we also can work with IP-based data. And now you can buy broadcasting inventory, linear TV inventory, programmatically from the two biggest private broadcasters in the German market, which is the ProSiebenSat.1 group, as well as it is the RTL group. Well, that's nice, but what if we take it one step further? And that's exactly what we did in the Austrian market. So the Austrian market is the first market that has a currency, a real-time currency for linear TV, combining people meter panel data with 1.1 million HBB TV return pass data connected devices. And they use that to offer a new product in the market, which is called TV Load, live optimized ads. So 30 seconds before the ad break begins, we can curate the best advertisement for the audience that is currently watching based on the live TV currency in this market. Live TV currency in this market. And to emphasize that, and I mean, I can talk a lot, but I probably think that actions sometimes speak louder than words. I would just rather show you how this looks like. So this is how the Austrian market can look up in live the ratings they trade on linear TV. This is not a measurement dashboard at home. This is the live currency on which base they optimize their linear TV advertisement to compose the best ads when they begin. And they can dive into the different audiences. They can look into specific channels. So they see, oh, this is 10% below what it was last year. In yellow, I see the content. In red, I see my ad break. In gray, I see the trailer. So it's all of that. And now I'm going to have my Steve Jobs moment here, because we can have all that in one device. Because obviously that is a recording, it's not live, but that actually is. And that's the same thing. So I can just look on my phone and be like, oh, these are the actual ratings of linear TV in the market. It's what they call the executive dashboard. 2 minutes left, right?
1 minute. Yeah.
1 minute. Oof. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up. So I think there's value to gain in here. And this is something that could happen in every market. And I think this is something that comes out of Europe for Europe. We also did some great campaigns. Probably some of you have seen the Thermomix, which is a proud German invention for a lot of special housewives, but I'm going to skip that. And since we are at the future of video, I want to leave you with what can you take with you for the year 2025? Well, first it is acknowledge the power of television. I'm not here just to say, oh, it's all about linear and linear needs to go back. No. CTV, BVOD, these are all also great ad formats. And actually the highest value is by combining CTV or by combining BVOD, broadcasting video on demand, with linear TV. So we also should think about enabling cross-channel products. And I would like to end this with a, so to say, French relation. It's like steak frites. These two things just belong together. And I think we all can agree on that, even me as a German. So Merci pour votre attention. And if you have further questions, you can either reach out to me or, as I learned today, to le Michel Duvillier. Merci and have good fun. Merci.
Merci. Thank you very much.